We all know that Ellie can just up tilt missile nair you, or even get a little bit more off of that up tilt, but it shouldn't be so much of a problem since they nerfed it. Of course, Wrastor. Honestly, Wrastor can touch a death you if you have the right reads on the DI, but who needs it when you could do fair and overheat up strong and okay. ThrownOrc responding right back, killing in that same corner. ThrownOrc's just gonna keep this pressure going, and Sin not ready to DI that NATO. That's 2 quick stocks from ThrownOrc there. There's the up tilt and just dies off the raw up tilt there. You know, Wrastor being the glass cannon of the game, have to make sure your DI is absolutely on point if you're gonna play such a volatile character like him. Sin knowing to DI that NATO away, making sure not to fall. Oh, I'm sorry, Slipstream, making sure not to fall into the NATO. Up air barely gonna save ThrownOrc there. This is basically anyone's game, and just as I say that, the down tilt into the dare spike gonna give ThrownOrc game 1. Holy, this is probably going to be one hell of a set here. Both players have some pretty solid punish games, really, and ThrownOrc known to be pretty aggressive. As we go to Treetop for game 2. Sin trying to put the steam out in spots where ThrownOrc can't parry it, but so far ThrownOrc has been doing a good job of getting these steam parries, but it won't matter if you're just gonna die to 2 up airs. Mine flung onto ThrownOrc right now. What will Sin do with it? Yet another parry on Steam. I don't see many Ellies like going for bear, and I don't know why. It's not a bad move by all means. I guess there's like certain situations where some moves are better. I don't know, but it's a pretty underutilized tool in her kit, if I would have to say. But the foot stomp into the scrum gonna finally give ThrownOrc a stock here. Sin has been doing a great job of just putting a lot of pressure on ThrownOrc here, making sure he's not able to get in as much, even if it means putting out the steam, regardless if ThrownOrc is parrying it. But this really is anybody's game, I would say, because it'll just take like maybe 1 or 2 more interactions for ThrownOrc to finally take this next stock. Yeah, Sin this time is gonna know to make sure to DI out on that NATO to not NATO, Slipstream to make sure to not get hit by the NATO, but it won't matter. Sin finds up air again to tie things up. Torque wants more space here. Gonna take Sin to Frozen Fortress. Now this is interesting. Yeah, you get a little bit more space to kind of move around on the plats and whatnot, but also sometimes Ellie can benefit from more space, especially on a larger stage like this, where it means that she'll live a lot longer. Sin off stage here, and yeah, nice coverage there from Torque. Getting that nair into the foot stomp. It's a parry, ooh, reverse hit a bear. Not gonna find too much off of it after that though. Yeah, Torque ready to punish that eject landing. That won't kill just yet here. But Sin is trying to make sure Torque stays out, and he'll just die to the mech. Up tilt jump cancel into the F clap. Now I know prior to the most recent patch, and I don't really see that many Wrastors like using up tilt to, I don't know, start a combo, but Torque is one of those Wrastors that just kind of likes to freestyle with his kills, and that's perfectly fine because Wrastor has like hundreds of ways to take a stock in this game. Ooh, Torque almost dying off of that missile, barely lives there. Not gonna find much off of that missile parry. Sin knowing not to die to the same thing twice. Great DI there. Stay alive here. Air dodge barely gonna save Sin in that corner. This one there not gonna connect. There's a lot of spaghetti going on. Sin again barely living. Has to eject again. Torque gonna parry the steam, not gonna find too much of a punish off of it. It finally gets that F clap. And the space that he was looking for ends up working out in his favor. And both players have really been putting like a lot of pressure on each other, and you know, it's like whoever plays more patiently will win the neutral interaction. But Sin, interestingly enough, wants to go to Triple Pawn here for game number 4. Again, I don't really know much about like good Ellie or Wrastor stages. I'd say it's like most stages in the game really. But anything can and will work if you're comfortable with it. Ooh, that missile almost missed Torque, but hey, Sin able to capitalize off of it. Whips the scraw, what is Sin's punish? He's still stuck in overheat here. Alright. Back at it again, and oh god. Torque not ready to DI that nair, and this is looking like Sin's game. He wants to push this to game 5. He wants to meet Tabsky next in Winners Finals. And yet another foot stomp into the scraw for Torque. finally will get him a stock. And wow. What a read from Sin there. Again, Rocket Fist being one of those moves you still don't really see a lot of Ellies using, aside from like maybe recovery. Now I know I've seen Sparks use it for recovery, but outside of that, it's hard to find an Ellie that'll use the move to actually edgeguard or combo into something. So very nice setup there from Sin, getting the read to close that out there and take us to a game 5. Anyone's game here now. As we go to Rockwall, the most volatile stage in the game. This can go either way for either character. Sin forced to eject there, gets back on barely with his life. And a simple up air into up clap gonna go ahead and take the first stock for ThrownOrc, and then Sin with yet another Rocket Fist edgeguard there. Stuck in overheat and it needs to make sure he doesn't get hit by ThrownOrc at all. And Sin is just gonna go ahead and take ThrownOrc's second stock. You know, ThrownOrc is known for being a very aggressive player, but you wanna stay alive in winners here. You gotta play a little bit more patient. But that patience will go ahead and pay off. We're down to 1 stock apiece. Bear missile. Ooh. ThrownOrc almost air dodged into that F-Strong. Still gonna make it out with his life. Dodges the big missile. And that is gonna go ahead and do the eject into the up air. Gonna go ahead and make it 3-2 in favor of Synthesis. Now that was one hell of a set. Both players just going back and forth at each other. Some very solid edge guards. In the end, ThrownOrc is going to get punished for his aggression. And Sin will go ahead and face Tabsky next in winners finals.